and one of the most infectious intros I've ever heard. I'ma keep it a stack. This is perfect if you're looking for a song to fuck to. You're probably laughing now, but try it and let me know. I have faith in you despite you being an Osu player. It's been about 9 months since I made a video where I rated every song in Osu Memories, and I kinda avoided making things similar to this out of fear of just repeating myself, since, let's be honest, a lot of compilations share common songs. But now that a decent time has passed, my opinions are bound to be much more different, and perhaps much more controversial. But hey, that's the fun part, right? Sure, there may be some disagreements, but it's pretty cool to see people on the same level of passion as me about these sorts of songs in a world where generally this stuff would be looked down on, speaking from experience. But anyways, we're going to be taking a look at a mix called the Osu MEGAMIX, which was actually recommended to me by Wiley? I don't know, all those months ago, who, if you somehow haven't heard of him, is an exceptional Osu creator that you should definitely check out. This mix was created by Spazza17, who is also a very well known player and creator you should definitely check out, and it was created 6 years ago? 2015 was 6 years ago. Speaking of years, let's not waste any more time. A small warning, I'm going to be completely unhinged, but no disrespect is meant towards anyone, and most certainly not towards any artist. Anyways, roll the clip. Wow, we're really starting this one off right, huh? For a song that comes from the BMS of Fighters 2006, the song was definitely ahead of its time. I remember the first time that I heard it because of a ranked 7 key map set in Mania. At first I didn't think too much of it, and I was like, it's alright I guess. But after a few more listens, in the end, this rose to one of my favorites from rhythm games ever. Cres, the artist behind it, is still around by the way. Please do support them. This is a good example of an opinion that changed from before. I've grown a lot more fond of Vocaloid over the past several months, and it's with great pleasure to announce that I'm giving this an even lower score than before. Look, I can acknowledge the song is made really well, but I just can't bop to this no matter how many times I listen to it. And I don't know why. The voices aren't even that bad to me anymore, so it's just not my cup of tea I guess. Also, fun fact I'm sure a lot of you don't know, but this version of remote control is actually a cover by a Nico Utaite called Saiya. But the original song, yes there is an original song, was produced by the Vocaloid producer group called Wonderful Opportunity, consisting of Jesus P and Minus P, with Glider helping for illustration. They're super popular of course, but I don't see them get any love in the Osu community. Hell, I never even see Saiya mentioned either, despite them both being responsible for one of the most popular songs on the platform. Just a small observation, End Time and Remote Control also got mashed up to create this. Which, not gonna lie, left a sour taste in my mouth for what was next to come, but thankfully this is quickly remedied by the next mashup. Is what I would say, but you can actually barely hear the other song that's meant to be combined, which means the only thing you can hear is Seiryu's Critical Crystal, and oh my god, this shit hits fucking hard. The amount of times the song stops and stutters may be considered a bit excessive for some, but I fucking love that kind of shit, not gonna lie, and I think it's done really well, along with everything else about it, from the melody to the amazing build up. Unfortunately, it's not Spazza's fault that you didn't see the invitation from Mr. C in this here mashup. C show is never missed by the way, and this is without a doubt probably one of his best and most iconic songs. Now, invitation from Mr. C is subsequently swapped out, and it's here you realize that Spazza actually used Critical Crystal as a base for multiple mashups. Ooh, sorry DJ Spazza. And what follows was what immediately made me realize that this mega mix was about to blow my speakers back out. Check this shit out. These were the last 2 songs I expected to see go together, and there's not a single alternate universe where I thought they would actually fit together to create this insanity. It's like they were literally made for each other, and to be honest, this just tells me that a Seiryu and Knife Party collab would be fire. Speaking of fire, Bonfire is a dubstep classic that, to me, still completely outperforms the majority of dubstep songs that have been put out in the last almost 10 years since this came out. Really brings me back to the good old
those brutal dubstep drops
compilations that I used to listen to back in the early 2010s while playing Raise and Plasma Burst. Then Bonfire swapped out again, and this time Critical Crystal is mixed with crack tracks. Funnily enough, this song has a reverse effect on me. The more I listened to it, the more I grew to dislike it. I don't know if it's just because I didn't like the melody, or because no matter what map set I play, I end up stuck in horsecock and rage quitting out. But either way, as much as I like the duo behind the song, I say it's a 5 man, not gonna lie. The fuck? Right, what's all this then? Dio Tijdmachine. Oh. Oh shit, this is actually good. What? And it's surprisingly popular too. I was really expecting it to be a meme, but this is a pleasant surprise. Dio is ripping this beat a new one, and the chorus song by Seth is catchy as all hell. I learned me some Dutch just so I can understand this. Helblinde, man. This guy's an actual legend. Between the numerous remixes and amazing originals, especially in the duo Fractal Dreamers, please listen to them. He deserves all the respect from the OSU community. All of it. That being said, using Steins Gate opening like this, when I first heard it, literal goosebumps. However, after several listens, aka having to grind this out for the Mania World Cup once upon a time, would I put this in my playlist? Hell, would I even consider this a banger? Gonna be honest, not by a long shot. El Psy Kangaroo. This, however, is fucking beautiful. I wish this was on Spotify so I can add it to my official Sad Nigga Hours playlist, but I know, copyright and stuff since it's from Castle in the Sky. God damn it. Okay, I knew about Putin's boner. I have a whole other segment for that bozo. But I didn't know about Schrodinger's boner. Helblinde. Is there something you want telling us with all these boners you're seeing? Oh yeah, the song. Yeah, the song. Okay, that alone deserves at least a 5. What? I don't want to hear any chat. This song right here is miles better than Freedom Dive and Blue Zenith combined. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Both of those are overrated compared to the other stuff Saiya's done. And Ascension To Heaven is a testament to that. You can tell how much I like this song considering I spent like 10 minutes analyzing it in a history video for Sai. I definitely overdid it for that video, but I still stand by the things I said. This will always be a classic. Spaz are really amazing with the song choices here, I must say. Another 10 out of the gate. Astrosexy is a brilliant example of good J-hip-hop. It's got flows on flows, amazing singing, an amazing backing track, and one of the most infectious intros I've ever heard. I'ma keep it a stack. This is perfect if you're looking for a song to fuck to. You're probably laughing now, but try it and let me know. I have faith in you despite you being an OSU player. The intro was mashed together with Ascension To Heaven to create this. Again, surprisingly good. Definitely one of the best mashups of the mix. In fact, from here on out, the mashups are all fucking legendary. So much so that it's hard to pick a favorite out of them. So I encourage you to decide which one's the best and leave a comment. If you don't already recognize this is a remix by DJ SHARPNEL of Kiss Me Goodbye from Final Fantasy XII. SHARPNEL has an insane discography, and out of everything I've heard from him, this is without a doubt one of my favorites. I love how SHARPNEL transformed the original from one of the saddest songs in the series to what would have been the ending song if Final Fantasy was a horror game. Seriously, with how the voice glitches, I thought this was something from Yandere Simulator or something. Oh yeah, that's still in development, huh? Yeah, sometimes it's hard to believe that Nico Nico is a place that exists. It needs to be protected at all costs. But I deadass don't know how to feel about the song. It's iconic within the doujin scene for sure, and makes me feel nostalgic, but it's definitely not something I'd be dying to listen to, despite the original being one of my favorite themes from Toho in general. The tape is catchy as hell though, and that part is used in one of the cleanest mashups of the entire song. My god, I have no words for this. It's just beautiful. Another one that needs to be extended. Please. Okay, look, this isn't a bad song. To be honest, I'd rather listen to this over Schrodinger's. But without getting too political, considering recent events, I think it's only right that the song's rating correlates with the magnitude of uselessness exhibited by a certain individual who the song is based on. Hell, even Helblinde acknowledged it by changing the song title on YouTube to this. Basically, I guess you could say I have a hate boner for this bozo, but otherwise this song would get a 7, 8 on a good day. Huh? Oh shit. Yo. We got Tech 9 in this bitch? Gonna be honest, I never really liked him. For some reason, as soon as I hear him speak, I immediately start cringing. It's kinda hard to explain, but he just has that level of corniness to him that turns me off. Despite the fact that he actually has incredible technical skill when it comes to rapping. Kinda reminds me of Dax. Yes, I did just compare Tech 9 to Dax. If you have a problem, come meet me boy, I'm strapped. That being said, Worldwide Choppers is the only exception I'll give, alongside They Gon' Rumble. Instrumental sounds fucking sick, the flows and speed of them are beyond ridiculous, the chorus is heavenly, and getting all these artists from different cities around the world to have what's essentially a rap dick measuring contest without the contest is pretty special. What? You thought my opinion of this one changed? Bruh, I completely missed this one last time. Funny enough, it feels like Delta Max is like 4 different songs. There's a build up from about 100 BPM to 165 BPM, which is kinda dead. And then from 165 BPM to 230 BPM, which is easily the best part. And then from 230 onwards to, yeah, you get the point. Point is, I like individual parts of the track, but as a whole, I just feel indifferent towards it. Yeah, probably like a 5. It is impossible, and I mean impossible, to name a single bad Demetori song. Bro, can this dog shut the fuck up? They do get samey after a little while, but I feel like the variation in melodies and sometimes structure, thanks to Toho's diverse soundtrack, helps a lot in making each song memorable. And this right here is without a doubt one of Demetori's most iconic. The only thing I'd say about this is that it's quite long, but if you're willing to put up with it, you won't be disappointed. This is probably even better despite it being much more underrated. The riffs, the solos, just everything makes what's probably the most aggressively perfect rendition to Haru no Minato ni amazing. Man, does this bastard dude ever miss with these song choices? There's been like 10 straight 10s throughout this video, and I feel like this one's kind of a no-brainer. I ain't even gonna say too much about it. So am I the only one that gets mixed up on the names between these songs? Ha, just kidding, I actually know Japanese. So interestingly, the Raijin pair of songs comes from Sound Horizon's Chronicle 2nd album, which was the sequel to their first ever album and was also their last ever Dojin album, marking their transition to the big leagues. And with it, Hidariude was included as one of the main titles, whilst Migiude was released as a bonus track, which is why Migiude feels more like a remix of Hidariude. If you don't know, Hidariude, the left arm, is the more slow-paced orchestral version, whilst Migiude, the right arm, is the more upbeat, epic sounding version. They both have essentially the same melody and structure, so which one is better is pretty much down to your mood and preference, which is why I'm giving them the same rating. I will say that it feels like Hidariude is the one that fits the most though, and that it holds a special place in my heart for having an incredibly annoying Ghostmania chart. It's us. 7 out of 10. Again, my opinion hasn't changed much from before. Probably one of the best Toho Dojin covers in existence, for one of the best Toho soundtracks in existence. Finally, this is something I hadn't heard before until making this, and why? Why didn't I find this sooner? I dare say this is better than Genryuu Kaiko. As soon as I start doubting Halozy, they come back to prove me wrong. It's time to give this shit an 11 right now. And to close out this masterpiece, these two are combined to give this insanity. I have no words to describe at this point, so just listen. Well, let's be honest, it passed. The amount of 10s I had to give out. I know, it got absurd, but hey, I'm just being honest, man. Most of these songs don't miss, unlike O's Memories. I'm just glad I don't have to deal with any when you see it nonsense, or even worse, Nana Hierophant. That's it. Bye.